Hello, can you hear me or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I've already dropped a message on your WhatsApp group. Still ask your friends to join the class.
आज नहीं होना चाहिए था मैम, एग्जाम है क्योंकि।
पचास क्लासेस नहीं होने चाहिए थे. आई डेंट नो अबाउट दैट. मुझे मैंने चेक किया. इवन आई आस्क्ड कि मुझे किसी का आंसर नहीं, बट आई चेक कि बाकी की क्लासेस हो रही है. दैट्स व्हाई.
हाँ मैम होंगे, बट मंडे को एग्जाम है तो मैं।
I understand, but I'm bounded by certain rules. I cannot do that. If you want, we'll like revise our TC part, अपनी unit first again. I'll not teach you something new right now because I know that you'll be in certain pressure. We'll revise unit first again, and वो आपके लिए भी यूज़फुल हो जाएगा. आपके ऊपर एक सब्जेक्ट का कम प्रेशर हो जाएगा. बट सी वी हैव टू टेक द क्लास. So what do you want? We will start something new, or just revise our unit first.
रिवाइज ही करा लिया मैम।
Let's wait for 3 4 minutes more so that your batchmates also join. Then I'll start with your unit first. Revision. Can you all hear me? Yes or no? Guys, can you hear
Yes,
me or not?
ma'am.
Okay. So your first unit is fundamentals of technical communication or the basics of technical communication. Okay. So what is technical communication first? The communication we usually use it at our workplaces, or which is very, formal in nature, which derives from certain formats or certain words or certain issues or reason, which solves a problem at our workplaces. Okay. In our very first classes, we have discussed about the importance of technical communication. What are the importances of technical communication? That it will help any industry or any organization to, pave their foot, or it will help any like work employees or relation. It will help relation between any employees or their superiors to make certain good relations with them. So these are the importance. These are nothing much. See, इसमें if they'll ask you in your exam that there's a question based on your importance, so try making your answer like only 3 or 4 points, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं. और sometimes because ये जो सारी चीज़ें हैं वो आपकी डेफिनेशन में ही कवर हो जाती है. लाइक टेक्निकल कम्युनिकेशन क्या है, जो हम वर्क प्लेसेस पे यूज़.
मैम आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही।
Hello, can you hear
यस
me?
मैम।
I'm really sorry, my phone just got disconnected. Yes. So where were I? Technical communication, it play an important role in the organization to see whether the particular organization is working in right direction or not. Is there, they have a chance of growth or not? Are there any issues or the things they are lacking? So this communication helps that, because your general communication is your general understanding with the people around you, with the people you socialize with. But your technical communication is very important according to your job perspective, because it is a different a different communication. It is a different language, totally a different side from your general communication, as it usually encourages or it usually represents your professionalized life or your professionalism. So the higher we go in any organization, like hierarchical wise, the more we see the person indulge in any communication. Next thing is your general and your technical communication. We'll see the difference between general and technical communication. Your general communication contains a general message, information, and a general approach. No set pattern or communication, mostly oral, not always for a specific audience, and does not involve the use of technical vocabulary, graphics, etc. Yes, your general communication or your general interaction with people contain your general message. It can be anything related to your personal life or anyone else's life or your social concern. Okay, it is very informal in style and approach. You can start it from anywhere and you can end it anywhere. There is no need to follow the particular pattern of analysis, conclusion, and recommendation. No set pattern of communication. As I said, there is no exact way you can start it from anywhere. Like you can actually shift from one topic to another topic in this general communication. These communication are mostly oral, and their audience is not always specific. How their audience are not always specific? Like first we are talking to, like you were talking to your friends about your feelings, and then you also shared this exact same conversation with your parents. So it is not audience specific. And next thing, it does not involve the use of any technical vocabulary or graphics. Yes, you will not uh, you know show your feelings with the help of graph to your friends and your family. So it is very common, basic. What about technical communication? Technical communication contains technical message. Yes, that message is technically arranged, or some technical information, some work related information is there. Mostly formal, mostly I would say, yes, mostly formal, as follow a certain way, as they have certain facts and figures involved, as they have to check their authenticity along with their grammatical and punctuation error. If your communication is oral in nature, then you have to check whether you are pronouncing some things correct or not. Are these words are bilingual or not? You have to check whether your sentences are ambiguous in nature or not. So you have to be very particular about your technical communication. You have to check for you have to check for according to every perspective, is it making sense or not? Because see, you technical in technical communication, sometimes what happens, you have to address people, and it is not possible, and it there can be some non-tech part or some non native people also be there. So you have to check your message, that it has to be very real, and it has to be very correct, so that those people who are not belong to the same level of knowledge or wisdom, so they also understand your message. So it follows particular set or pattern. Yes, usually what happens in any technical document, you have to analyze your issue first, then you have to conclude it, and final thing is your recommendation part. Okay. It is both oral and written. Yes, public speaking, like not public speaking, but presentation galas are like oral, or our GDs are oral. But written thing are your letters, your memos, your pre-printed forms, or your manuscripts, or your report files, everything. It is always for a specific audience. Yes, you have to. You'll see whenever you'll be writing any technical letter or technical uh, memo or anything which will be formal in nature, you will see that there is a two part. You always have to address your writing to someone. There will be no scope that you'll like leave that part. You always have to address your writing or your document to someone. Okay, next thing is frequently involve jargons and graphics. Yes, it do involve certain phrases or certain graphs to make your document, or make your data more understanding in nature. Now the objectives. Technical communication usually has the following objective. There are three objectives. First is to provide organized information that aid in a quick decision making. Yes, you your technical communication or your technical data is always organized. So as I said, there's a particular flow of your communication. First your analysis, your conclusion, sorry, your analysis, your conclusion, and then your recommendation. So it follows such flow, so that it will be easy for you to understand it and make some quick decisions. Next thing is to invite corporate ventures. Yes, it's one of the main objective is to invite some corporate ventures. Next thing, to disseminate knowledge in oral and written form. It is very similar to this part, this technical communication part, and its definition. Okay, next thing is your process of communication. Okay, so guys, I'm giving you 3-4 minutes. Please do make this flow chart first, this important one. Can you listen me? Am I audible or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Please make this diagram, this flow chart. Hurry up. Just let me know when you are done. Okay, are you done?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So let's see what is the flow of communication. The first step is formulation within the like wherein the sender forms the content of the message to be sent. This formulation depends on the level of experience, intelligence, knowledge, and the purpose of the sender. The content once formed is called message. The sender encodes the message using the tool. What are these tools? This tool is nothing but the language used, the words, actions, signs, objects, or the combination of these. Once encoded using proper language, the message is ready to be delivered. This delivery happens through the channel, a media of communication. It can be face to face on a paper or through the electronic or digital media such as the internet. The receiver receives the message, decodes it, and acts on it. If the message received is the same as the message sent, there will be an appropriate response. If not, there will still be a response, but probably an inappropriate or unexpected one. As there has been a breakdown or interference in the communication, this happened because of noise. Noise affect the decoding part of the communication process. Wait a minute. Yes, noise affect the communication part. Okay, the transmission of the receivers respond to the senders called feedback. Feedback is essential as it measures the effectiveness of communication. See, I think I'm going to say that if there's a question on your flows, explain the procedure, then draw that diagram. Okay, because this is very important. This diagram summarize your this sentence. Don't simply do, see, I know I'm just saying this diagram will summarize your whole paragraph, but there'll be some of you who will be like very smart. वो लोग सिर्फ ये बना देंगे एंड उसके बाद they'll be like कि मैम समराइज कर तो दिया था. You have to be, more सीरियस अबाउट दीज थिंग्स. ये मजाक नहीं है. आपको पहले अपना ये पूरा आपको समझाना पड़ेगा, देन उसके बाद डायग्राम बनाना पड़ेगा. अगर दोनों में से कोई भी एक कम हुआ, आई विल नॉट गिव यू फुल मार्क्स उस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन में, अगर इफ देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन ऑन योर फ्लोज और योर कम्युनिकेशन साइड. So we will see there's the sender encodes a message, और sender ने message encode किया tools के through एक message बनाया, then उन्होंने message send किया through a channel, एंड वी विल सी दैट यहाँ पर थोड़ी सी नॉइज़ की वजह से चैनल फिर मैसेज रिसीव होता है, रिसीवर मैसेज को डिकोड करता है एंड देन उसका रिस्पॉन्स भेजता है। रिस्पॉन्स और फीडबैक दोनों वेज में आएगा, इफ लाइक दोनों कंडीशंस में आएगा, इवन इफ योर सेंडर or even if your receiver does not understand the message in the exact way he or she wants, then also there will be a response that okay, we don't understand, we don't know what are you talking about. And if he understood the message, then there will be a desired response, but response or feedback दोनों cases में आएगा. Okay. Next thing is your levels of communication. So ओके, एक्स्ट्रा पर्सनल कम्युनिकेशन जो होती है, कम्युनिकेशन बिटवीन ह्यूमन बींग्स एंड नॉन ह्यूमन एंटिटीज होती है एक्स्ट्रा पर्सनल. योर एग्जाम्पल्स आर योर पेट्स, योर प्लांट्स, और सिरी, गूगल, and your personal diaries. So whenever you are indulged in any sort of communication in which the another side is not human, non-human, so that means you are indulged in any extrapersonal communication. Okay, next is your intrapersonal. In intrapersonal communication, this communication usually take place within ourselves or within an individual. So it's like, for example, there's a good example given, when you begin to feel hot, this information is sent to the brain and you may decide to turn on the cooler, responding to the instructions from the brain to the hand. Yes, so if there is any communication within yourself, or you are facing um, any issues, like you are very depressed, or you're very upset, you don't know how to tackle with your problem, so you will be like communicating within your head ki it's okay, it's nothing big, we can cope up with it. So see, self determination and self motivation is also a part of interpersonal communication. Okay, along with this, various messages our body, our mind send to rest of the part of the body. Self motivation and self uh, determination is also an example of intrapersonal communication, as we are thinking within ourselves, as we are talking to ourselves in our mind and making some changes accordingly. Okay, next thing is your interpersonal communication. This is the important communication level, as it is the only communication which has some participants involved. They are in a close proximity, or close seated down, or many sensory channels are used. Your feedback is immediate, and also the important thing, if you are looking at your screen, you'll see the important thing is in interpersonal communication, the role of the sender and the receiver keep on alternating. This is the prime thing. Okay, if there's a question, or whenever you will be explaining interpersonal communication, please mention this role. This is very important. Okay. This form of communication is advantageous because direct and immediate feedback is possible. Yes, this is very effective communication because you can receive your desired feedback in a very small period. Okay. Next thing, it can be formal or informal, as um, your discussion or your communication with your friends or family is in the category of informal, and whenever you are your any formal or your technical communication taking place at your office or your workplace is formal. Next thing is your organizational communication. See, organizational communication is like when your communication take place at a different hierarchical level. So there are different levels and your communication is taking place over there. So this is also, divided further in three groups. First is your internal operational. What happens in internal operations is all the communication that occurs in the process of operations within an organization is classified. So whenever there is any communication which will take, just give me a second. Okay. So whenever there is any, you know, communication taking place within an organization which is very classified, and you cannot tell or pass those communication outside, so that is internal operational. External operational communication are like your work related, though that communication is also your work related communication, but that will not hamper your organization's trust or their growth or their, various procedures. So you can pass on those communication or those information outside of organization as well. Internal और organizational में आपकी जो, आपकी जो information होगी, that will be very classified, or you cannot um, say or tell anything outside your organization उस चीज़ के related में. But आपकी जो एक्सटर्नल ऑपरेशन होगी वो ऐसी कम्युनिकेशन होगी जो कि आपकी कंपनी की ग्रोथ को और उनके ट्रस्ट को वो नहीं हैम्पर करेगी, उनकी इमेज को नहीं हैम्पर करेगी, एंड आप उस इंफॉर्मेशन को अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के बाहर भी बोल सकते हैं. दिस इज द डिफरेंस. Next thing is personal. So all communication in an organization other than business or official purpose is the personal. So you are greeting someone, or you are just checking on their health or their, working for their pace. It's your personal organizational communication. Next thing is your mass communication. Now what is mass communication? Mass communication is meant for large audience and requires a medium to transmit information. There are several mass media such as journal, books, television, newspaper. The audience is heterogeneous, anonymous, and the approach is impersonal. See, we know what is mass communication whenever we plan to deliver any information to the larger audience. Okay, but the important part of mass communication is to look for this factor, which is the audience is heterogeneous and anonymous in nature, and the approach you make is very impersonal. It is very important. This line, the audience is heterogeneous and anonymous, thus the approach is impersonal. ओके, ऑडियंस कैसी भी हो सकती है, किसी भी कास्ट की, जेंडर की हो सकती है, एंड वो अनोनिमस है. द सेंडर डज नॉट नो देम, एंड so that means their approach is impersonal and required भी है. Whenever we talk about any, journalism or television or something, we'll see that we must see that whether our approach is impersonal or not. Why do we see that ki whether our approach is impersonal or not? Because this will make us clear हमारे किसी भी प्रोसीजर को, हमारी किसी भी इंफॉर्मेशन को टू गो स्मूथली. क्योंकि किसी भी जैसे जैसे हमारे रिसीवर्स का नंबर बढ़ता जाता है, वैसे वैसे उनकी थिंकिंग भी वैरी होती जाती है, और हमारे मैसेज का मतलब भी चेंज होता जाता है. बिकॉज इमेजिन आप अपने फ्रेंड के साथ किसी या फिर अपने कॉलीग के साथ किसी भी कम्युनिकेशन में you are indulged and you're talking about something, so it is okay. क्योंकि वो जो इंसान है वो कुछ लिमिट तक आपसे कनेक्ट कर पाएगा, बाकी की जगह पे बाकी की जो उसके वर्ड्स होंगे वो ही फील अकॉर्डिंग टू हिमसेल्फ. बिकॉज कम्प्लीटली समझाना एक थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है, बिकॉज पर्सन टू पर्सन आर थिंकिंग वेरीज. ठीक है, जैसे जैसे ज़्यादा लोग होते जाएंगे उनकी थिंकिंग भी अलग होती जाएगी. तो दैट्स व्हाई मास कम्युनिकेशन हैव टू make this impersonal approach. Next thing is the characteristics of mass communication. A larger reach. The mass communication has the capacity to reach audience audience chatter all over, scattered all over the wide geographical areas. Yes. Impersonality, yes, you have to be very impersonal in nature. And third and the most important thing is the presence of the gatekeeper. See, guys, please read about gatekeeper in mass communication. He's the person who usually sees or checks whether this particular information is going to do any good to the people or not, whether it is, knowing worthy. So example is your editor. Please look for some other examples of gatekeeper. It is very important. Next is your flow of communication. So if you want, you can draw this, diagram as well in your notebook. I'm giving you 2-3 minutes time. Just draw this diagram, this flow diagram of the flow of communication.
Ma'am, please share this PDF book.
Okay, I'll share. Yes, so we'll see the flow of communication. First is our vertical communication, that means your upward and downward communication. Whenever the flow, uh, yes, so you will see if any communication is taking place from downward to the upward, that means down the chain of command to the up of chain of command, that will be your upward communication, which can be your feedback or your asked reports or your various tasks which have been given by you, given to you by your superiors, so completion of that. So that is your upward communication. If any communication takes place down the chain of command, that is downward communication, which you can be your procedures or your instructions or your information or your task givens. Okay. Next thing is your horizontal communication, which happens at the same seniority level. So it is very quick in nature. We'll see here. So same hierarchical level पे होती है ये, and such communication is often necessary to facilitate coordination, save time, and the communication gap among the various departments. Yes, it is very important how it saves time. It gives the accurate information, which because it is happening at the same seniority level. It removes the gap of communication among various different departments. Okay, so here's the example. The VP marketing send some survey results in form of a memo to the VP production for the further action, is an example of the lateral communication. Yes. Next is your diagonal communication. What are diagonal communication? Diagonal communication, the flow of communication can be upward or downward, but that will be diagonal in nature from one department to the another department due to some information or some quick and efficient decision. See, if we'll go along with the organization setted pattern of information, that this manager first talk to their directors and then ask them to talk to the director too, then it will be a bit more long, and there will be lot more transfer stations, so the information can lose its essence. So contacting director to directly in form of a diagonal communication, that will be helpful to him. It will save his time and it can be quick in decision making. So these are the levels of communication. Next is your visual aids. Uh, I'm sure you can make your own answers of visual aids, how visual aids are important in our technical communication. It makes your communication very appealing in nature, makes it very understandable in nature, helps the non native people also to understand. It removes the language barriers and the custom barriers. So make your own ideas in heads that in your head that how these visual aids help in any technical communication. Okay, I'll send you this PDF like in an hour after completing the class. Don't worry. Wait. So your next part of your unit first is barriers to communication. What are barriers? A barriers is defined as something that prevents or controls the progress or movement. Okay. So who is going to tell me what are barriers to an effective communication? Yes. What are barriers to an effective communication? Yes, guys. I'm sure you have read this because you are having your exams from Monday. So, what are barriers to an effective communication? Yes, who's going to tell me? Yes, Janvi. Janvi, can you hear me? Rashmi, am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What are barriers to an effective communication?
मैम लैंग्वेज बैरियर हो सकता है, कल्चरल बैरियर हो सकता है.
I want a definition. I'm giving you 2 minutes time. Just check it. Okay. Check it by yourself. Everyone, I'll ask anyone. I want a perfect definition. Write it down. Think it. जो भी करना है करो. I want a definition of barriers to an effective communication in 2 minutes. Yes, Nandini. Nandini, can you hear me? So, what are barriers to an effective communication? If you are facing any problem in speaking, write it down in the chat box. Janvi, Janvi, if you're facing any problem in speaking, please let me know in the chat box. At least respond. That's why they've given this chat box so that it will be easy for some people, those who are facing problem with their mics or their internet connectivity. Yes, Janvi, Nandini, and Rashmi. Yes, Riddhi. Riddhi, can you hear me? Riddhi, can you hear me? Okay. So Riddhi, if you're facing any problem, drop your definition in the chat box. What are barriers to an effective communication? A proper definition of barriers. Because I know, and I'm fully sure that I've discussed this in classes. You know, in previous classes, very many times, there was always a class, and I also asked you to find some differences between barriers and noise, how they are linked. I do remember those things, so that's why I'm asking that whether or not you know barriers to an effective communication. Guru, you wrote it by yourself. Okay. The problem with communicating with others is that all we see in the notifications. These are more like the types of barriers. I want definition. Acha, what is noise then? Noise is any communication flow or noise in the channel. What is it? It feels like I've been repeating things again and again, and I don't know what is the problem. But I'm specifically asking some of you because I know rest of you will answer me. I know Satish will give me answer. I know Rahul. I know Sparsh. Yash is not there, but he also. Vipin is also there. Chirag is also there. Divyanshu. I know these people. I know them. They'll answer me. एंड मैंने अभी जस्ट बैरियर का वो बताया, ये यहाँ पर एक येलो लाइन है, सी दिस इज बैरियर। उसको अगर कम्युनिकेशन में लाना है तो इसकी डेफिनेशन को कैसे चेंज कर सकते हो आप? यू आर इन योर सेकेंड ईयर एंड यू डोंट नो हाउ टू मेक अ डेफिनेशन। मैंने बेसिक डेफिनेशन जब मैंने आपको पूरा हिंट दे दिया, बैरियर इज डिफाइंड एज समथिंग दैट प्रिवेंट्स और कंट्रोल्स द प्रोग्रेस और मूवमेंट। I know it's okay, Rahul. I was saying that I know you will answer me because you usually do. Sparsh, can you hear me? Satish, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell me the definition of barriers to an effective communication.
A barrier communication is defined in a way that it affects the effective exchange of ideas, thoughts, and information that preventing the preventing the real objective of the idea. That is the
Yes.
motive of
Yes. Simple.
barriers in the
Barriers in
communication.
any communication work as a hurdle that prevents the receiver to get the same message which the sender intend to send. It could be in any ways, in your intrapersonal ways or your interpersonal ways or your organizational ways. Barrier is something that prevents progress or the movement. ओके एंड आपकी बैरियर किसी भी ये जो बैरियर है वो आपकी कम्युनिकेशन में कैसे बनेगी when there will be some differences between sender and the receiver is not able to get the exact meaning the sender intended to send or deliver. This is what barrier to an effective communication is. What is an effective communication? What is an effective communication then? Anyone whose mic is working? Yes. Chirag?
Effective communication.
Satish, wait a minute. Chirag? Chirag, can you hear me? Okay, Satish, you say. What is an effective communication? What is an effective communication? Yes.
Yes, sir.
And effective.
Yes, an effective communication.
Anyone saying so?
Okay. No, no, no. You speak. Yes, Janvi, an effective communication is the communication in which we get positive response from the audience, not just positive but the desired response. ओके अब उस रिस्पॉन्स में बैरियर क्या हो जाएगा जब आपको आपका डिज़ायर्ड रिस्पॉन्स नहीं मिलेगा तो जब आपको आपका डिज़ायर्ड रिस्पॉन्स नहीं मिल रहा तो आपका बैरियर ही तो बन गया वो बिकॉज ऑफ योर वो जितनी भी चीज़ है यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट लैंग्वेज बैरियर एंड जितने भी चीज़ें योर कल्चर बैरियर और योर जेंडर डिफरेंसेस ये सारी चीज़ें you know other types. I'd ask the definition of barrier. These are very basic things guys ये आपकी general understanding पे depend होती है. If you want you can make 10 or 12 different different types of phrasal language sorry definitions of effective communication or barriers to an effective communication. It is very easy. I don't know why don't you focus on these things. आपको जो जितना भी नोट्स मिल रहा है आप सिर्फ उस तक रिलाय मत रहो एटलीस्ट क्वेश्चन समथिंग अगर आप खुद से नहीं कर सकते रिसर्च और आपको ठीक है यू थिंक कि टेक्निकल कम्युनिकेशन ही तो है इट्स नॉट एज इम्पोर्टेंट एज अ कोर सब्जेक्ट ओके आई ऑल्सो अग्री विद दैट but these things going to help you in your future in like in a same equal way your core will because अगर आप अपनी डेफिनेशन नहीं बना रहे हो सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक कि आपकी राइटिंग आपकी थिंकिंग स्किल आपकी स्पीकिंग स्किल्स कितनी सही है एंड हाउ विल यू शोकेस योर वर्क और योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ एनी टास्क अपने फ्यूचर में अपने वर्क प्लेसेस पे कम्युनिकेशन इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट और ये बेसिक्स हैं यू आर इन योर सेकेंड ईयर यू पास योर 12th क्लास आई एम श्योर 10th तक सब ने एसएस पढ़ी है एंड दे नो आपकी सोशल साइड के बारे में भी। आप 11th-12th में आप अपने सब्जेक्ट स्पेसिफिक हो गए, इट इज़ ओके, बट इफ़ेक्टिव बहुत ही जनरल यूज्ड वर्ड है। कम्युनिकेशन इज़ वेरी जनरल इन नेचर एंड बैरियर्स तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा सिंपल, बिकॉज वी डू फेस लाइक every type of barrier in our daily life. So try to make your own definitions. I don't know if मैंने ये definition आपके notes में mention की है या नहीं, but according to me that was very general in nature, that I was sure that these are the big kids, they'll make the definition. उन्हें सिर्फ एक फॉर्मेट एक समझने की ज़रूरत है, जो कि उनका वो है, उनको बेसिक मीनिंग समझने की ज़रूरत है, देन यू कैन मेक योर ओन डेफिनेशंस, इट्स नॉट सच अ हार्ड टास्क। एंड जिन लोगों ने भी आंसर ड्रॉप किया, लिख के किया, कॉपी पेस्ट करके किया, गाइस सम ऑफ यू वर राइट, कुछ लोगों ने मेरा क्वेश्चन समझा नहीं। आई डाल द डेफिनेशन, नॉट द टाइप्स। Your teachers asked me, your HOD sir asked me, कि ma'am please try and make student bit more participating in class. They must be participate in class. This is the language subject, or this is the communication subject or course. So we really want कि उनका ये चीज़ जो है वो थोड़ी सी shine करे, so that if they will be lacking something in their core subject side, तो वो उनकी थोड़ी सी हाइड हो जाए। I'm not very rude, but see, you have to participate. Only some students will participate. It's okay if you're facing mic issues, but drop down a message. Okay, so let's move. Yes, the following are the five steps can help you to solve the problem. First is identify the problem. Second is find its cause or barrier. Third thing, work on alternative solution. Fourth is opt for the best solution, and fifth is follow up rigorously. Okay, first you need to identify a problem, then you have to check what its cause of barrier, then you have to work on your solution, then opt for the best solution, and then follow up. Okay. Now about noise. Yes. What are noise in any communication channel? Janvi, yes, you were right. I have to check where is your answer. Yes. Yes. Sorry. What are noise in any communication channel or communication flow? How do you define noise? Yes. Pavan and Prashant, can you hear me? Pavan and
Yes,
Prashant?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Define noise then.
Ma'am, noise is something which affects the communication in a bad way, ma'am, in a negative way, ma'am. Sometimes it can be physical, or ma'am, sometimes it can be uh, uh, into the ma'am. It works. Sometimes it works in the. It works. And sometimes it is physical, as is someone is ex, not able to explain us whatever we want to say, or we are unable to understand. And then sometimes is oh,
It's okay. Yes, yes, Pavan. Yes, Pawan, define noise. Yes, Himanshu. Himanshu, can you hear me? Devanshu. Yes, Himanshu. Himanshu, if you are facing problem with your mic or connectivity, please drop down the definition in the chat box. Yes, Devanshu. What is noise? Yes. Define noise, both of you, Himanshu and Devanshu. Yes. Who else is going to tell me the definition of noise? You know, while I was like designing your question paper, I thought these would be the basic things you'd know. So I put it down some complex terms. Okay, this is a general, my feeling that I thought that you will be knowing such basic things. So why don't I test your knowledge regarding the complex things? Now I feel like that I should be putting down these small terms because I don't know what is happening. I guess some of you are just joined the class and went somewhere. I don't know. They are not even answering me. Yes, anyone tell me the definition of noise? Guys, I'm waiting.
Noise, noise, it can be a physical disturbance or barrier that can interrupt the in between the communication to convey the message to the receiver. Uh,
Yes. See, if if you can see at your screen or if you're like bit attentive, you can see there's a definition given here. Any interference in the message sent and the message received lead to the production of noise. Noise hampers the meaning of any message which is sent from the sender to the deliverer. It could be based on your your channel disturbance or the semantic based. Yes, you're right. Janvi, Devanshu, noise definition or sound, especially. Devanshu, it's not basically the sound. Okay, I'll tell you why. So, see, noise can be classified as channel and semantic. So noise is further classified into two parts. First is your channel and another thing is semantic. Channel noise जो होती है वो basically आपकी मशीन या मीडियम से रिलेटेड जो नॉइज होती है. दैट मीन्स आपके स्पीकर में कोई खराबी, आपके माइक में कोई खराबी, आपकी टेलीफोन लाइन की वजह से, समटाइम्स आपकी हाई पिच जो वॉल्यूम होती है उसकी वजह से. तो जितने भी चैनल बेस्ड और मीडियम बेस्ड डिस्टर्बेंस हैं वो सारे के सारे आपके इसमें आते हैं चैनल नॉइज में. नेक्स्ट थिंग योर सिमेंटिक नॉइज. ठीक है, सिमेंटिक नॉइज आपकी इंटरनली बनती है जिसकी वजह से जो उसके रिजल्ट है वो बाहर देते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल आपकी जितने भी आपके एम्बिगस सेंटेंसेस हैं, आपकी फॉल्टी ग्रामर है, आपकी मिस स्पेलिंग है, आपका इनकरेक्शन आपकी प्रोनाउंसिएशन को लेके आपका इनकरेक्शन है, सो ये जो नॉइज़ है जो आपके अंदर से जनरेट होके बाहर आ रही है, मतलब आपके जितने भी ऐसे सेंटेंसेस हैं जिनका मतलब उसके बहुत सारे मतलब हो सकते हैं, वर्ड्स हैं जिनके बहुत सारे मतलब हो सकते हैं। यहाँ पे एक एग्जांपल दे रखा है एक वर्ड का, मैं आपको एक और एग्जांपल दे देती हूँ दूसरे वर्ड का। मैं बहुत ही ज़्यादा यूज़ कर रही थी इसे लास्ट टाइम, दैट इज़ योर बाय मंथली। बाय मंथली का मतलब दो होते हैं, इट कुड बी ट्वाइस अ मंथ, और इट कुड बी वंस, लाइक 2 मंथ में एक बार। तो ठीक है, जो ऐसे वर्ड्स होते हैं जो फॉल्टी ग्रामर होती है जिसकी वजह से योर audience can are not able to understand you properly, that comes under semantic noise. Noise के अंदर से channel related चीज़ें नहीं आती, semantic related भी आती है। Just remember that. Please, I'm asking you to read about noise from here only, okay? Yes, Himanshu, you're right. Next, we will see the classification of the barrier. Barriers are classified into three parts: your interpersonal, and your organizational. Okay, what is intrapersonal? Intrapersonal, we have discussed earlier that when interpersonal communications are whenever we are talking within ourselves, the communication takes place within ourselves, with us and with our mind. तो वो आपके इंटरपर्सनल कम्युनिकेशन होते हैं। बट जो बैरियर्स हमारे अंदर कम्युनिकेशन की वजह से और अंदर ही इन्वॉल्व होते हैं और जो अंदर ही बनते हैं, वो बैरियर्स जो होते हैं वो आपके इंटरपर्सनल बैरियर्स होते हैं। ओके, एंड व्हाट आर देयर कॉजेज? इंट्रापर्सनल बैरियर्स के ये लीडिंग 6 मेन कॉजेज हैं। फर्स्ट इज योर रॉन्ग assumption. Whenever you ignore the background of any people and you try to assume them in a wrong way. For example, यहाँ पर एक example दे रखा है of a doctor who uses this word called SOS, but उनको लगता है कि her patient might be knowing about SOS, but in reality we don't. एंड तो यहाँ पर क्या हो गया, एक बैरियर क्रिएट हो गया। दैट मीन्स जो आपका स्पीकर, जो डॉक्टर है, जो कहने का ट्राई कर रही है एंड जो उनका एग्जैक्ट मीनिंग है वो अपने रिसीवर तक नहीं पहुँचा पा रही है। जो बेटा मिलता है चार्ज में लैपटॉप बिकॉज इज गोइंग टू गेट ऑफ। यस, तो जो आपकी डॉक्टर है उन्होंने एक टर्म का यूज़ किया विच इज़ SOS, एंड शी थॉट दैट उनके जो पेशेंट हैं वो उस टर्म को समझ जाएंगे, बट इन रियलिटी उन्हें इस चीज़ का मतलब नहीं पता। तो यहाँ पे बैरियर क्रिएट हो गया। किस वजह से बैरियर क्रिएट हुआ यहाँ पे? बिकॉज शी अज्यूम्ड रॉन्ग। उनकी जो अजम्पशंस थी वो गलत थी। शी थॉट दैट her patient might be of same knowledge level, of same language level उनकी तरीके से। तो यहाँ पर क्या होगा, एक आपका पर्सनल जो बैरियर होता है वो आपकी रॉन्ग assumptions की वजह से होता है। सेकेंड इज योर वैलिड परसेप्शन इन विच you are just only one side of the story, and based on that limited knowledge you build your whole conclusion. इसका एग्जाम्पल आप ये 6 blind man and their description of an elephant भी लिख सकते हैं अगर ये क्वेश्चन में पूछा जाता है तो। That means whenever we are addressed to only one part of the story and we build our whole conclusion based on that, this creates the barrier. How? Because we don't know the whole thing, and without creating this wider perception we build our ideas and a conclusion एक छोटे से पार्ट के ऊपर। ओके, इसका बेस्ट वे क्या है इस चीज़ को रिजॉल्व करने का? The best way to overcome this barrier is to step back and take a wider, unbiased perspective of the issue. Yes, you have to be calm first, and you have to look into the issue with this unbiased or with wider perception, and then make your whole conclusion. सिर्फ एक पार्ट पे बेस्ड अपना conclusion ना बनाए, which is usually happens। आपकी क्लास में भी होता होगा, आपकी पर्सनल लाइफ में भी होता होगा, इवन ये चीज़ जो सबसे ज़्यादा है ये आपकी प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में भी होती है। Next thing is your differing background. So,
I can
see,
say one, ma'am.
yes,
Excuse me. Yeah, yeah. In differing background, it can be one word that is different meaning in other background. Like I I saw so many examples. I am mentioning one that CMA is a acronym that means it have four different background. The background who belonging to commerce background, they will think according to that CMA is he someone is saying about the my own background, but CMA is I am saying all first acronym. CMA means Country Music Association, and CMA means Certified Management Accountant. CMA means Comparative Market Analysis, and CMA means Certified Medical Assistant. Then it is here it can be a background barrier that he already know that, but their background is different, so he will think according to that, and so it can be a differing background barrier.
yes, yes, very good. So, see, guys, from the very starting, I asked you to consider your audience. You have to check a small background check so that whenever you will be making any comment or any suggestion, so that thing you have to check that that thing will not offend your audience. Okay, must not offend them. So that's why we do this background checks, and that's why we refer to this, background thingy. And why it is very important, we have to consider our audience. See, ये तो बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. We like also read this thing अपने 7 C's में कि you have to consider your background. You have to be like you have to think that from their side as well कि क्या वो इस चीज़ के साथ relate कर पा रहे हैं नहीं. Then only you will get your desired, you know desired feedback or desired result. And yes, Satish you summarized it very well. So see, his example was very good. Please try making some other examples by your own. Don't completely rely on this book or the notes I gave, because I gave you notes from this book only. The parts I've highlighted I just mentioned in your notes. मैंने कुछ नहीं किया उसमें. वो मैंने आपको एक समराइज फॉर्मेट दिया था ताकि आपका वो टाइम बचे उसमें. ओके, उसको रीड करने में, बिकॉज आई थॉट यू विल बी लिसनिंग टू मी ड्यूरिंग क्लासेस, बट येस, आई एम रॉन्ग. मुझे लगता है मुझे सिर्फ लिमिटेड बच्चों ने सुना था, सबने नहीं सुना. एंड जब मैंने ये सारी चीज़ें करवाई थी, आई टुक होल क्लासेस ऑन वन टॉपिक. आई रिमेंबर दिस इज माई 12th class with you, 12th lecture with you right now, and we are still stuck on this first unit. Chalo, next is your wrong inference. Wrong inference is basically happens when you can when you fail to distinguish between the reality and what you have assumed. ओके, जब रियलिटी एंड आपके अजप्शंस के बीच में एक गैप आ जाता है और आप अपनी अजप्शंस को ही रियलिटी मानने लगते हो, जब रॉन्ग इन्फोरेंस का नाम का जो बैरियर होता है वो क्रिएट हो जाता है, आपका इंटरपर्सनल बैरियर होता है वो क्रिएट हो जाता है. ओके, इसमें से ये पार्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट था. बेस्ड ऑन दैट, make your examples. I've been requesting you to make your own examples because that will help you to score more in your exams. Okay, next thing is block category. What are block categories? So see guys, whenever you listen to any information or you are indulging in any conversation in which the person or the speaker tells you kuch bhi which is you are against of that specific topic, आपकी जो इंटरनल थिंकिंग है, जो आपके पहला जो आपने पता था कि इस टॉपिक के रिगार्डिंग कि ओके दिस साइड इज़ द राइट एंड दैट इज़ द रॉन्ग, एंड आपको अगर फ्यूचर में कोई भी आके वो उल्टा बोलता है तो यू विल नॉट रिलेट विद देम. When we receive information that does not conform to our personal views, habits or attitudes or appear unfavorable, we tend to reject negatively or even disbelieve it. हम उस इंफॉर्मेशन को either we'll reject or distort or avoid. Okay, these are the three things. So how we'll overcome this thing? So we have to take this wider and unbiased perception. वही सेम चीज़ इंट्रापर्सनल बैरियर की एक सेम चीज़ है, वो ये है कि उनके जो आउटकम्स हैं उनको रिजॉल्व करने के लिए एंड उनके जो सॉल्यूशंस है वो आपके इंटरनली ही होते हैं. वी हैव टू सेटल आवर माइंड फर्स्ट, वी हैव टू बी काम डाउन फर्स्ट, and then we have to look at the issue from the wider and unbiased perspective. Then only we'll overcome this intrapersonal barriers. Mark my words, wider perception and unbiased way would help us to overcome these intrapersonal barriers. Okay, next thing is your categorical thinking. People who feel like they know it all are the pansophist. Yes, read about pansophist and know it all type people. They are the people who think that they have the sufficient information of any topic, or they knows so much about any topic, so they try to ignore whatever the speaker or the sender is saying. So that means if you're rejecting any information because of your overconfidence and because of your know-it-all attitude, that means you are hampering the growth of your organization, like because of indulging in this intrapersonal barriers, because of creating this intrapersonal barriers, because you are not listening to whatever your colleague or your superior or your junior is saying. How can we detect the know-it-all type people? They'll usually use this all, always, everybody, everything, every time, and their opposite none, never, nobody, and nothing. Okay. Next is your intrapersonal barriers. Intrapersonal barriers के common reasons है. First is your limited vocabulary. कि sometimes we usually forgot, or we don't come up with right words to express our feelings. It is okay to have a limited vocabulary in my perspective, but you have to master those limited words only. See, we do know lots of words. हमें lots of words पता होते हैं. हम बहुत सारे words को पढ़ने का, याद करने का try करते हैं, but we don't know the exact way to use them. So you have to master some limited words first. Limited vocabulary होना is okay until unless जब तक आपको ये पता है कि आप जितनी आपकी limited vocabulary आप उसको master कर चुके हैं या नहीं. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट थिंग इज योर इनकम्पैटिबिलिटी ऑफ verbal and non-verbal messages. When your words are not aligned with your facial expression or your gestures, then it will create confusion in your audience. That means if you are talking good thing about any person and your face say it in an opposite way, so your audience will get confused that what are you trying to say. So you have to check whether your verbal and non-verbal ways are going in the same direction or are parallels or not. Next thing is your emotional outburst. How emotional outburst creates this intrapersonal barriers, as sometimes we because of our emotions we cannot express ourselves in our defined or in a well deserved way. How? That whenever you are very happy or very sad, very depressed, or you are very angry or anxious, so आपकी जितनी भी feelings हैं can वो आपकी आपके face पर और आपकी body language पर दिखेगी. That will create this incompatibility of verbal and non-verbal messages. आप अपने हायर इमोशन लेवल की वजह से आप किसी भी मैसेज को अच्छे से नहीं प्रोवाइड करा पाओगे टू योर ऑडियंस. ठीक है. दैट्स हाउ इमोशनल आउटबर्स्ट acts as an interpersonal barrier. Next thing is your communication selectivity. Yes, communication selectivity एकदम सेम है आपके ब्लॉक कैटेगरीज की तरह. हाउ कि कम्युनिकेशन सेलेक्टिविटी में भी वी सेलेक्ट the part in which we are interested to and we only listen to that part, और हम बाकी की information को we do avoid, reject or distort according to us. ओके, सो ये कम्युनिकेशन सेलेक्टिविटी है. किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अगर ये चीज़ हो रही है ईदर इन योर अकेडमिक लाइफ और योर पर्सनल लाइफ, दैट मीन्स कि आप किसी भी इंफॉर्मेशन को पूरी तरीके से ना समझ के कुछ पार्ट को समझ के बेस्ड ऑन दैट यू ट्राइंग टू बिल्ड अ कंक्लूजन एंड आपको एग्जैक्ट मीनिंग नहीं पता एंड देन यू विल यूज़ दैट कंक्लूजन इन योर फ्यूचर किसी भी चीज़ को उस चीज़ की ऑथेंटिसिटी बताने के लिए. बट आपकी जो वो इन्फॉर्मेशन इनकम्प्लीट थी उसकी वजह से आपको बहुत ही ज़्यादा एम्बैरसमेंट फील करनी पड़ सकती है. नेक्स्ट थिंग इज़ योर कल्चरल वेरिएशन. कल्चरल वेरिएशन इम्पॉर्टेंट क्यों है और ये कैसे बैरियर क्रिएट करती है कि वेन एवर वी प्लान टू रीलोकेट और ओपन अप अ न्यू ब्रांच और इंटरेक्टिंग विद culturally different people, we have to consider their backgrounds. ये इंट्रापर्सनल, इंटरपर्सनल और ये आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल तीनों में आपका एक कल्चर थिंग आएगा बिकॉज इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इससे क्या पता चलता है कि वी हैव टू कंसिडर आवर कल्चर कम्प्लीटली एंड सब दूसरे लोगों का भी, एंड हमें अपने ऑडियंस के साथ कनेक्ट रहना चाहिए. देन ओनली वील गेट अ डिज़ायर्ड फीडबैक. पुअर लिसनिंग स्किल्स, इसका एग्जांपल देने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं क्लास में जिनकी बहुत ही ज़्यादा पुअर लिसनिंग स्किल्स है. और नॉइज़ इन द चैनल एज सिंपल नॉइज़, आपकी जितनी भी जो भी मैंने आपको नॉइज़ के बारे में बताया, सिमेंटिक एंड योर चैनल नॉइज़, ये दोनों नॉइज़ आपके इंटरपर्सनल बैरियर्स में आती हैं. ओके, we have left with the last topic, which is your organizational barrier. I'm not sure how many of you are listening because see, I have to cover this whole unit in our lecture, so I have to keep my pace a bit high. But I thought that आप लोगों ने ये चीज़ पढ़ी होगी तो इस वजह से मैं जल्दी जल्दी पढ़ा रही हूँ. बट some of you haven't read, so that's your issue. तो आपको कैसे कवर करना है. तो ये जो चीज़ें हैं ये आपकी जस्ट एक समरी है जो मैं आपको समराइज़ करके मैं अभी आपको बता रही हूँ. रीड इट बाय योरसेल्फ. आई विल गिव यू द PDF एज वेल. आपके मैं फाइल्स में PDF डाल दूँगी 12 बजे तक. प्लीज़ गो एंड चेक. नेक्स्ट थिंग इज़ ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल बैरियर. ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल बैरियर क्या होता है? किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कोई पर्टिकुलर फॉर्मेट होता है कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन फ्लो का. यू कैन नॉट डायरेक्टली कॉन्टैक्ट टू योर डायरेक्टर. योर इन्फॉर्मेशन मस्ट बी गोइंग थ्रू वेरियस वेज. सो उसी की वजह से कभी कभार किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में बैरियर्स जो होते हैं वो क्रिएट हो जाते हैं. How and what are the main causes? First is too many transfer station. Exactly, when we transfer our information through too many stations, so that means जो हमारे एसेंस हैं हमारी इंफॉर्मेशन का वो हम पर हो जाएगा. फॉर एग्जांपल कि आपने सी मैंने आपको कोई भी एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया किसी भी चीज़ का, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड इट. ठीक है, आपको समझ आया वो 70%. बाकी के जो 30% जो आपके वर्ड्स थे वो आपने अपनी बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग से फिल किए. अब वो 70% को आप किसी और थर्ड पर्सन को समझाने का ट्राई करोगे, वो सिर्फ उसको 50% समझेगा, बाकी का 50 वो अपने हिसाब से बढ़ेगा. तो ऐसा ही ये चेन बनता जाता है. जितने ज़्यादा चैनल्स और जितने ज़्यादा स्टेशन आ जाते हैं आपकी किसी भी कम्युनिकेशन में, स्पेशली इन योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल साइड, उतनी ही ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन जो है वो हैम्पर होती जाती है, उतनी ज़्यादा उसका जो मेन एसेंस होता है वो कम होता जाता है. सो दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द बैरियर. इसका सोल्यूशन क्या है? टू लिमिट आवर बैरियर्स. डायरेक्टली ज़्यादा बैरियर्स को नहीं इंक्लूड करना, अपनी लेजीनेस को साइड रख के वी हैव टू टेक सर्टेन इनिशिएटिव जिसकी वजह से हमारे बैरियर जिसकी वजह से हमारे ट्रांसफर स्टेशन जो है वो कम हो. नेक्स्ट थिंग इज़ फियर ऑफ सुपीरियर्स. How fear of superiors act as a barrier in any organization. For example, there's a person and his boss is not very nice and very strict in nature. So he'll not present his or her ideas in front of them because he don't want to lose his boss's goodwill. So he'll keep some ideas and some effective ways to himself. That means the old tradition are okay, but we do need certain things as you know, as we flows time के accordingly, we do need some modern ideas. So वो मॉडर्न आइडियाज़ नहीं है, हम लोग ट्रेडिशन के हिसाब से, हम लोग अपने पुराने फॉर्मेट के हिसाब से चले जा रहे हैं और हमें उसी पेज से रिजल्ट मिल रहा है. बट समटाइम न्यू आइडियाज़ हेल्प अस टू speed up our procedure, speed up our वर्क फ्लो, जिसकी वजह से हमारी ग्रोथ भी अच्छी होती है. तो इसका रिजल्ट क्या हो जाएगा, इसका सोल्यूशन क्या हो जाएगा कि superiors or any organization must create this healthy environment for each and every person of the environment to share their views and share their ideas on an equal level. Okay, next thing is negative tendencies. Negative tendencies usually occur because of some people who are outside from your group. That means आपके कोई ग्रुप है ना, आपके ग्रुप की जो स्ट्रेंथ है, उनका जो ट्रस्ट है, वो हैम्पर हो रहा है किसी बाहर वाले इंसान की वजह से, क्योंकि उन्होंने एक नेगेटिव टेंडेंसी है जो कि बना दी है. तो ये भी एक रीज़न होता है किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होता है बैरियर का. Next thing is your use of inappropriate media. Okay, so you have to use your medium of communication by checking कि उसका purpose क्या है, frequency क्या है, and to whom it is addressed. That means अगर कोई आप बहुत ही controversial और confidential file जो है, if you are planning to share it with your head, देन आप एक स्पेसिफिक वे ही से ही चूज़ करोगे. यू विल कीप अ फाइल और यू विल कीप अ लेटर. यू विल नॉट पुट अ नोटिस अपने नोटिस बोर्ड पर कि सर ये कॉन्फिडेंशियल चीज़ है, यू हैव टू वर्क ऑन दैट. ऑफ कोर्स अपने मीडियम को चेक करो, अपने रीज़न को चेक करो, पर्पस चेक करो, उसमें फ्रीक्वेंसी चेक करो कि हाउ ऑफन डू यू यूज़ दैट, उसकी कॉस्ट रेट चेक करो. एंड बेस्ड ऑन दीज फैक्टर्स अपना जो मीडियम है, अपना जो वे है जिसके थ्रू यू विल सेंड द इंफॉर्मेशन, वो चूज़ करनी है. नेक्स्ट थिंग इज़ योर इंफॉर्मेशन ओवरलोडेड. वॉट यूजुअली हैपन्स, ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस कीप दीज बल्कि फाइल्स, ओके, जो कि रेफरेंस के लिए फॉर फ्यूचर पर्सपेक्टिव. बहुत सारी जो फाइल्स होती हैं वो फ्यूचर पर्सपेक्टिव के रेफरेंस के लिए रखी जाती हैं किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में. बट दोज बल्कि फाइल्स यूजुअली कंसिडर्ड एज वेस्ट बिकॉज उनकी वर्डीनेस की वजह से. हम लोगों ने पहले भी पढ़ा था कि टेक्निकल कम्युनिकेशन में वी डू यूज़ प्रिसाइज फाइल्स और कंसाइज फॉर्मेट. Yes, but sometimes we have to support our data with certain facts and figures, and उनकी वजह से वो फाइल थोड़ी बल्कि हो जाती है. तो उसको कैसे सुधारना है, उस चीज़ को कैसे हमें ओवरकम करना है, बिकॉज दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द मेन ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल बैरियर्स की. इंफॉर्मेशन जो है वो ओवरलोड हो जाती है, तो हमें एग्जैक्ट आंसर नहीं मिलता किसी भी इंफॉर्मेशन का. सो ट्राई हाईलाइटिंग द इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट्स आपके किसी भी डॉक्यूमेंट में. फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स को साइड रख के जो आपका मेन आर्ग्यूमेंट है, ट्राई हाईलाइट दैट पार्ट, और आपकी जो जो मेन चीज़ें हैं, मेन डेटा है, उसको हाईलाइट करो, सो दैट इट विल बी ईजी फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड कि ओके ये फाइल हमने किस रीज़न की वजह से रखी थी, एंड ये फाइल क्यों इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट थी. बिकॉज वी कैन नॉट गो थ्रू each and every file on a daily basis. If those part will be highlighted, so हाँ वो part पढ़ के we'll got to know कि what this file is about. ओके गाइस, तो ये आपके थे ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल बैरियर्स. आई होप जिन लोगों ने पढ़ा था उन लोगों को एक ही समझ आ गई होगी. जिन लोगों ने लास्ट क्लासेस अटेंड करी थी उन लोगों को भी अच्छी समझ आ गई होगी. बाकी के लोग प्लीज़ डू रीड दी नोट्स और आई प्रोवाइड यू दी PDF. अगर आप PDF पढ़ना शुरू करोगे तो ये बहुत लंबा हो जाएगा आपके लिए, तो आई सजेस्ट यू शॉर्टर टाइम के लिए. हाँ, आई शेयर देम. बट जिन लोगों ने नहीं पढ़ा उनके लिए ये एडवाइस है कि प्लीज़ रिलाई ऑन नोट्स फर्स्ट, एंड वो अपना कॉन्सेप्ट समझने के बाद प्लीज़ मेक योर ओन एग्जाम्पल्स. ओके, so guys, I'll see you in your next class, and all the very best for your exams. I'm sure you will do well. Apart from the words I've spoke today, I'm really sure you will do well because you are आप सेकेंड ईयर में हैं, ऑफ कोर्स आपने फर्स्ट ईयर क्रैक करके आए, आप अपना 12th क्रैक करके आए, एंड दिस इज़ अ लैंग्वेज सब्जेक्ट, यू कैन एक्सप्रेस योर सेल्फ पेपर पर। तो एटलीस्ट अगर क्लास में बोलने में इशू हो रहा है, इट्स ओके, बट अगर आप पेपर पे अपने आप को समझा रहे हैं, दैट विल बी मोर देन इनफ फॉर मी। सो प्लीज़ अपने एग्जाम्पल्स रेडी करें, एंड आई विल सी यू लाइक आपकी नेक्स्ट क्लास में जब भी होगी। ओके, ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट, बाय
Okay,
बाय।
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
बाय।